I know people have said to us in the past, we are too strict with the way we are vetting our buyers. No, we're not. Who wants to put on such a show for the events industry?
Silke, congratulations. Last year you had the 30th anniversary as your milestone.
Yep.
This year, another milestone. And tell us what it is.
I think it definitely would be the growth of the show. If I look at this show now and you have 200 exhibitors more than we had in 2023, we had 200 more hosted buyers than we had last year, which obviously we're always trying to, match the amount of exhibitors, go slightly higher in the buyers, so we have more selection for the exhibitors. But the growth, and you see it on the show floor, we have 2 additional bays. We've gone down even in the aisle sizes, and it's a really packed show. The floor is absolutely buzzing, and it's day two today. I can't believe it's already day 2. It's day 2 and it's still buzzing. It hasn't dropped down. I can't tell you how happy and relieved I am at the moment. We are just so delighted that all this hard work that goes into this from a team of 11 hardworking women all year to see what we have here. And it already started with a wonderful day of knowledge program on the Monday with a absolute fantastic program curated by you, my dear friend, and the advisory panel who helped us along the way. We had, I think it's fair to say, the party of the year for the business events industry here in Asia Pacific on Monday night with our creative partner Fernando Barazza. And I know I saw you a few times on the dance floor, so great start to the show. And yeah, as I said, the feedback of exhibitors and buyers so far has been absolutely overwhelming. Everybody said the quality of the meetings, the quality of the buyers was coming around anyway, even the quality of the visitor buyers is absolutely fantastic. And everybody tells us it's just, I know we thought last year already we are back, but this really feels like, wow, this is an even bigger bang.
Silke, you were mentioning earlier about the great energy, even to today, just now, and people are measuring return on investment tightly.
Yes.
What are some of the expectations of this year when it comes to business volumes and trends?
Well, first, I would like to say that if you look at 2023, over 200 million of business has been written on the show floor. This year, with 2 more bays, a lot more exhibitors and buyers, we're really hoping to push this figure up, I think the reason why we have grown so much so quickly is because we have listened to what exhibitors and buyers wanted. They told us they wanted new zones. We have introduced new zones. The boutique, the DMC, and if you look at for an example, the boutique zone, once we opened this, we had immediately 30 exhibitors coming on board, exhibitors who've never been to AIME before. And yeah, I think you just always have to stay in contact with your community. You have to, through different, whether it's the advisory panel, the ambassadors, we just have to stay connected all year through and talk to each other and find out what exhibitors want. And I think it worked. The feedback I've had so far is we're coming back next year and we're coming back bigger. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic.
We have been working very closely over the past few months, and we saw that sudden growth because we considered it as quite last minute, because that growth came almost just before Christmas.
Yes.
And we have to find new space.
Yes.
We relocated a knowledge program.
Yes.
So why do you think this sudden growth?
Well, first of all, I would like to reflect on that because we had 500 people attend the knowledge program last year. And this year, as you said, we had to move into the plenary because we had over 1,300 people attending the sessions. It's the quality of the sessions. It's the quality of the speakers. You have obviously had your finger right on the pulse and, put the right program together. So, yeah, it was just perfect program for this point in time. But how about I ask you a question for a change?
Oh, why not?
I would just love to know because, you know, I've been working on off with you now for the last 3 years, but for the first time, apart from being our partner for the knowledge program, you have actually taken up a stand at the show, which is very exciting. You tell me, how was your experience?
Yeah. Silke, I have to say, like, this is the first time we exhibit as AIME.
Yes.
And the brand has, and this is my 10th anniversary as an entrepreneur. And I'm always very grateful to the AIME show. It's a show that I grew up in. So I cannot think of anything better but to celebrate my 10th anniversary being an exhibitor at AIME. And I was a little bit nervous being an exhibitor because we are launching a new product. The concept is quite new. It's called intellectual team building. So I was not very certain how it was received. And I also understand that when we invest in a show or any marketing activity that we do, it's about the return on investment. So we do a little bit of energy forecasting to make sure that we are being realistic with the way we want to track the type of return on investment. So our return on investment is to get clarity of the new product that we are trying. So we were not expecting, of course, if there's a lead, we will love it. We have received a couple of leads, which is amazing. But to hear the hosted buyers sharing with us that, oh, we really like the sound of your product, that is an affirmation that gives us the impetus and confidence to go forth and developing new products that our industry is wanting. So, like you said, a platform, absolutely. I find that AIME provided such a safe environment for us to be fully us. I don't feel judgment. We feel very welcome. How open-minded you and your team have been to us all these years, but also the community. So, hey, if people say we don't attend trade show anymore, then what are you gonna do? This is the best way to meet in person and to test run anything that you have to try out. And why not? Silke, we have been doing this interview for the past 3 years. Every year I ask the same question. What have you learned from this year?
Well, where do I start? So it's the 3rd year we as a team have organized this event. And I think the big learning out of this year for me personally was stick to your instincts. Go with what you are convinced is working. Don't be afraid of risking things. There's always a risk involved, but you have to just go with your, how they say in Australia, with your gut feeling. You have to really listen to, I think this is probably the main taking. You have to listen to what you are convinced is the right thing to do. And whether it's the knowledge program, whether it's the welcome event, who wants to put on such a show for the events industry? You have to risk things to inspire people. Or whether it is on the show floor by introducing new things, testing new waters. But I think the other learning is really, I know people have said to us in the past, we are too strict with the way we are vetting our buyers. No, we're not. Because by doing this, we have the quality that we have delivered this year. And this is what we continue to do. And this is how, we are running this show with a good bunch of high quality buyers that our exhibitors are excited to see. And we're even taking it further and vetting our visitor buyers, but that's a different story. But I think just trust yourself.